Hello, I'm Josh, and today I'm here to review American Sniper. Now, American Sniper, I thought, was a pretty good movie. It shows the life of Chris Kyle, an actual American sniper, played by Bradley Cooper. And Chris Kyle's personal life is pretty much depicted because I did some research before I watched this movie, and it's pretty well depicted about what they have in this movie. Everywhere from he was in the rodeo when he was a kid to his death at a Cowboy Stadium in Texas, because that's where he's from. So anyway, let's start out this movie. It's directed by Clint Eastwood, a great director and actor, and by Bradley Cooper from the Hangover series and so on. And Tyra Kyle, which is Chris's wife in the movie, she's played by Simon Miller. I hope I'm not butchering her name. I'm sorry if I am. But anyway, let's get on with American Sniper. It starts out with Chris Kyle aiming at two people, a young boy and a woman. And the woman is just basically going and telling the kid to go over there and blow up because it's overseas and stuff. And Chris takes a shot, and the moment that he takes a shot, we see young Chris Kyle and his dad on a deer hunt. And while they're on a deer hunt, he's telling them about how I need you to be brave for your brother and stuff like that. And so as the movie goes on, he sticks up for his brother, and then it flashes on years and years later to when he's at like 20 to 30 years old, because he's about 30 years old whenever he enters the Marines. And the movie goes on, he goes off to this rodeo, and him and his brother, they're in this rodeo. They come back, Chris Kyle sees his current girlfriend cheating on him with another guy, and so he goes in there and he says, "You SOB," and then he just kicks her. He kicks the one girl out for cheating on him. And so then we see the shot of him signing up for the Marines because he wants to protect the country. And that's pretty much his entire premise for doing what he does in the movie. He just wants to protect the country and protect the people that are in the country. And so they go through all this training, and it goes through shots and shots and shots of training. Anywhere from them doing leg ups to the guy the drill instructors shooting the hose all over him and all the other guys and telling him to quit. You're not meant to be in this army. And then he asks the dude, "How old are you?" 30. Man, 30, old man, you don't need to be here. And so as the movie progresses, he finishes training, and then after he finishes training, he goes to this bar and he meets Tyra Renee, played by Simon Miller, which I told you earlier. I'm sorry if I butchered her name. And they do shot after shot, and then they play true shots, which is just basically, you tell me something, you take a drink. I tell you something, I take a drink, and so on. And then they get married. And right after they get married, they see the terrorists. They see the 9/11 attack. And then it goes to the shot at the beginning of the movie where they're in the where he's sniping out these people. He's sniping out these people, and the movie progresses, and he sees all these things and all these things overseas. I've just seen the movie, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind. And he gets the name The Legend, and that refers to he sniped so many people and he's undetected, and he gets the name The Legend. And a sniper. Then meanwhile, while this is going on, he calls his wife and other sniper and another sniper on I think it's the Islam sniper. He shoots the driver, and the wife is like, "Chris, honey, what's wrong? What's up? What, Chris?" And meanwhile, while this is going on, the other guys are issuing a bounty on Chris's head. Chris returns home after the birth of his son, and Tyra's all concerned about how the effects about what happens over there is affecting Chris because he's becoming distant. Chris goes for a second tour, and then he gets promoted to Chief Petty Officer. He sees his brother, and his brother's all like, "Hey brother, what's up? Hey Chris, how you doing?" And as soon as he gets on the plane, his brother's like, "F this country." And so they invade this. Restaurant. They invade this restaurant that's being held up by these terrorist people. And Chris goes upstairs, and he looks up underneath his bed. He sees like all these different weapons. He goes downstairs, and they start interrogating this dude. And then that turns into a big old shootout. A bunch of people die, and that's even affected Chris more. And he returns back home to see the newborn daughter. But when he's in the what's that thing where they hold babies, the nursery or whatever, he hears his daughter crying, and he's like, and then he sees the two people over there neglecting his daughter. He's like, "Hey, look after my daughter! Look after my daughter! Can't you hear her crying? Look after my daughter!" And then that goes to another shot of the snipers being evacuated by the base. And then he returns back home. It's not looking good for Tyra and Chris because they're becoming distant. He's distancing himself, and she's not really understanding what's going on. It's crazy. You guys see the movie for yourself. I can't really put into words all the emotion that you feel going throughout this entire movie. You actually feel like you're there in the movie. So he leaves for his fourth and final tour. Yeah. And he finds a sniper. He shoots like a bunch of other people. And this movie goes on. And then they go to a shot of this. Then they go to a shot of the guy's funeral that just got shot. One of Chris's closest friends. And he's still not 100%, which I'm sure if you're a soldier and you've been through that stuff, you won't be 100% either. I just want to say before I continue this review, I respect each and every one of y'all soldiers, past and present, that are out there defending our country from people just like Chris Kyle did in this movie. So Chris returns home and he's unable to adjust to civilian life. Then he goes to the Veteran Affairs and he's hunted by, and he tells the guy he's haunted by the guy he couldn't save. And so he's with this other guy, and he says, and they're all shooting at targets downrange. And the guy asked him, "Why do you do it? Why do you do what you do?" And Chris tells him, "Because I just have to." And Chris is slowly adjusting to home life. And then the last scene of the movie comes. He's in his house, and he's having fun with his kids and his wife and all that. He walks up out the door, and he walks out the door, and this part of the movie that got me. He walks out the door, his wife sees him, she becomes a little suspicious of the guy that he's riding with, and then when she closes the door and the movie just fades, the movie just fades to black. The movie just fades to black, and it says Chris Kyle was killed on range trying to help. Chris Kyle was killed by a veteran he was trying to save. He was trying to help. And the movie wraps up with the credits rolling. The movie wraps up with the credits rolling and the funeral procession of Chris Kyle. And then the last shot of the movie that you see is one of the Marines that Chris Kyle was with pounding on the coffin, and then the movie and the credits just roll. I recommend this movie to anybody that wants to see a good movie, and I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm Josh. I'll see y'all guys next time with another review, and go check out American Snipers. Peace out.